Okay, hello everyone. This is my first video blog. Hopefully I'll do some more while I'm here in Paris. And okay, where to start? Well, my sister just left me about 30 minutes ago. We went on a tour first around some countries in Europe that we wanted to get off our bucket list. So we've been here a few times before in Europe, and she's probably been to more than I have, but the countries that we saw in the last few weeks were Portugal, Spain, where was it? Czech Republic, and the Netherlands. So I'm just gonna give a little bit of thoughts on each place that we went to. So the first place we went to was Lisbon in Portugal, and the place is absolutely beautiful. The things that we saw, like we saw the Tower of Belém, obviously, and looking on reviews online, I saw this place that I guess is really popular called, I'm gonna butcher the name, it's called Pastéis de Belém, something like that, where it's like a Portuguese egg custard tart. And they said that any place that you go to in Lisbon or in Portugal is just like a replica of this egg tart, and then like that's the original place. So it started out as like I think some type of like fundraising thing they did at the monastery right across the street, which is also beautiful. The priest did it to raise funds for the church, and now it's like a secret recipe. So we went there to try it, and it's like absolutely delicious. Like we tried you know, some of the copycats around Portugal, and you know, they're just not the same. And I was also able to try the Portuguese traditional dish called bacalhau, so it's just like a codfish dish, and it's really good also. Sorry, excuse my voice, I'm a little sick. And we also tried the Porto wine. Clear my throat. That night we also went to some nightclubs and some bars in Lisbon, and let me just say, I never thought or heard about the nightlife there, and I didn't really think it existed, but it's actually just as crazy as the nightlife in Vegas, and maybe even more. So typically people go out maybe 11 or 12 at night, they go to bars first, and then they go to clubs around 1 or 2, and they come home 6 or 7 in the morning. So I was a little bit shocked to see that, you know, there wasn't so much life in the streets and people being tossed up in the air. It was just a lot of fun, almost like a parade at night. What else did we see in Portugal? Also, Therese and I went to Mass at the Lisbon Cathedral. They're also called Se Catedral, and it was really awesome having a Mass in Portuguese, and the Catholics there are so welcoming and nice, probably like the nicest Catholics you'll ever meet. A little bit different from the traditional you know, American Catholic Mass is, instead of having the peace be with you right before the Eucharist, they actually do it at the end of Mass, and they go around to each person saying Pax Christo, so it's like Christ peace be with you, instead of during the Mass itself. So that's something that's really nice about the Portuguese there. They're really warm and welcoming. I'm trying to think about what else we did. Also, we did the Elevador de Santa Justa, I think that's how you pronounce it, which is a nice elevator outside, and you get a nice view of Portugal, so that was also beautiful. Something about Lisbon is the area is, you know, dedicated to Saint Anthony, and I guess I heard from them that they argue that Saint Anthony's from Lisbon or something like that, but at least I've heard that he's Saint Anthony of Padua. I mean, that's how I've always heard him, and they claim he's Saint Anthony of Lisbon, apparently. But around town you'll see like little monuments for him, and I guess back in June they had a big festival in Portugal, in Lisbon area, for St. Anthony, so there's a ton of streamers around, and that was nice to see. Okay, so this is for my friends who've been asking, I guess if you're anyone like me who's not from Portugal, you're always wondering, do you guys look like Cristiano Ronaldo there? And the answer is yes, they do. So the night that my sister and I went to the nightclubs there. I've actually saw two guys that look like really close resemblance of Cristiano Ronaldo. It was funny because I said, Teresa, oh my gosh, the guys really do look like him here. And if they don't look exactly like him, they look good. So yeah, go to Portugal. And so that's enough about that country. We went to Spain next, so we went to Barcelona area, and I've always heard from a lot of people who frequent in Europe that this is their favorite place to go, Barcelona. You know, I said, okay, yeah, probably, you know, you haven't been to other places or whatever, but now that I've seen so many countries in Europe, okay, yeah, Spain and Barcelona in particular, it's probably my favorite now. I kind of wish that I'm studying there instead of here in Paris. It is so much fun, and like the first night I was completely exhausted. My sister was mad at me because I siesta'd until like 8 p.m. that night, and she had to like beg me to wake up. And the first night we had tapas in the Gothic quarter. It was really nice. It's about €1.85, and you just get as many tapas as you want, and it's honor system. You pay at the end at this tapa place that her friend recommended, who studied there last year. And what else did we do? Oh, I went to my first bar there that I ordered a drink. I mean, I've had some drinks before in Europe, but people would order for me, or you know, it just came with the meal. So it was my first time actually asking for a drink, and I ordered a White Russian. It was good, the way they made it. The next morning, this is gonna go on and on. What did we do? Oh, my sister and I, we got up really early because we wanted to catch the 9 o'clock mass at La Sagrada Familia, but of course the line was really long. I didn't really expect that, and the outside is beautiful. I mean, it looks almost like it's melting to me. It's gorgeous, but I was actually surprised that the interior was modern. It's not really like my favorite type of church, like the modern architecture. I like more of the traditional cathedral, Gothic or Renaissance style. But it was beautiful nonetheless. And after that, we walked around Las Ramblas, where we were actually staying, and we went to that market there. I forgot the name of it, but where they sell the yummy fruit juices, so we got to try that, and also paella, and what else? Oh, then we siesta'd again, and we went to Park Güell, and it was beautiful. I've seen it on TV so many times, and I was glad to finally visit that place. What else did we do that night? Oh, okay, so I can't believe I forgot. The best part about the whole trip, I think, so far was the night in Barcelona. So my sister and I heard about this place in Barcelona that I guess all the socialites or like the it crowd goes if you're a tourist. It's called Opiumar. So it's this bar on the beach in Barcelona, and apparently like it's hard to get in, and they take like Dress to Impress to a whole different level, more than Vegas or anything. And they have, along that line by the beach, they have some other nice popular nightclubs called Shoko, so that's like almost like an Asian fusion one. And then they have Catwalk, and this other one starts with an L, I think it's like LDS or something like that, I forgot. But yeah, my sister and I, like, we had to like step up our dressing that night. We were afraid to, you know, get turned away or anything. But once we got to the door, like, they were really nice, and they let us in for free, and they gave us like VIP service. So, you know, we were already on like good terms by the time we entered. And we probably can't say in the video blog. I'll tell my friends later in private, but let's just say it was a really good night. We met a really handsome man mostly from Italy and from France also. I'll tell you more about it later. Some Spaniards, Portuguese. I'll review that in a different vlog. But let's just say that was my favorite night or experience so far in Europe. My sister and I actually, we kind of hate clubbing. I've been a few times in the US. I don't really like it. It's not my thing. I'll go if friends force me, or special occasion, but maybe like once a year at the most, and I hate it. But when I went to the one in Barcelona, like I wish that it was like that all over the world, but it's not. After Barcelona, we went to Prague, Czech Republic, so that was my sister's choice. She wanted to get off her bucket list. There's not a lot to say, sorry about the country. It was alright. There's just the castle that we saw. The outside looks nice, the interior is kind of plain. The cathedral, yeah, it's beautiful, but it's not what I thought it would be. But the cool thing about that was the night that we were there, we went to the biggest nightclub in, I think, Eastern Europe, yes. It's called like Karlovy Lasny, I think that's how you pronounce it, and it's 5 stories, and one of the main attractions there is this ice bar. So for about 140 euros you get a drink, and then you go into this ice bar for 20 minutes. They give you jackets and everything, and we met some guys there who accompanied us from Switzerland, Austria, and from France, and then they took us with them there. It was fun and cool, you know, definitely worth, yeah, whatever. Oh no, not 140 euros, 140 crowns. It was crowns, sorry. That would have been too expensive if it were a euro. And one of our favorite things was one of the floors in the nightclub was oldies, and my sister and I, we like music like that. It was from disco to 90s music, so we really like that. And we met some guys from Switzerland who were awesome dancers, and like they stayed with us like the whole night dancing. They were awesome. What else? Oh, a really cool thing in Prague, we went to see the famous infant child Jesus of Prague. It was a tiny statue in the church. I forgot the name of the church already, sorry. And in the gift shop I bought a rosary, and then the priest there, Father Victor, pulled us aside and took us to his chapel and gave us a blessing, and also blessed my rosary, so that was nice, and he gave me some prayer cards. And then across the street from the church was this little shop, and it was called Pinoy shop, so it was like, what? I told my sister, is this really like a Filipino shop in the Czech Republic? So we went inside, and I guess the owner is married to a Filipina girl, and we met this woman inside, you know, and she was kind of dressed a little fancy, she pretended like she didn't speak Tagalog or anything, you know, trying to have her English accent, or like European accent, and she's trying to give us advice about where to go in the Czech Republic, and saying that she used to work in France, blah blah blah, and she speaks French, and her child speaks French or whatever, kind of a little bit show off. But I guess as she left, the owner told us that she was the Philippine ambassador to the Czech Republic, and she used to be the ambassador to France, so I guess she has her bragging rights a little bit. So that's about Prague. And then after that we went to Amsterdam. So by this point of the trip, I'm already getting sick from all the nightclubs, and you can hear it in my voice. I kind of sound like a guy a little bit. My throat hurts so much from like secondhand smoke, and I hate like being around smokers. Like it affects my lungs way too much, and like I started getting a cold. I actually have a cold right now, sorry. But we met up with my sister's friend when she studied at Oxford, so he's from Germany, named Christian, and his girlfriend Michelle, so we went up with them. And you know, there's not really much to see in Amsterdam except canals, you know, and the red light district. It's not really that nice. It's more older women, and probably not what people picture in their minds about red light district. We didn't stay too long, we just passed, and we went around like the World War II area and the Jewish quarters. What else? Yeah, there's not really much to see. Oh, I saw the Amsterdam sign. I made my sister do a quick trip there right before we left, but I got sick by the time like the tour ended, so I had her brought me back to the hotel, so I actually didn't really get to see any pubs or nightclubs in that area to tell you guys about. But my sister went to a speakeasy, and apparently, according to her, she really liked it. It was her type of place to go. And then we've been actually taking planes all around Europe because I don't really like waiting time, or I don't like to have to what do you call it? Go from train to bus. So my sister kind of spoiled me, and she's been paying for all these flights. But one of the things that you have to do here in Europe is take the train. So we took that from Amsterdam all the way to Paris, so that we got here yesterday night. And well, we've already been to Paris before, so this time around we just went to Champs-Élysées just to walk a little bit, and then we went to the Latin Quarter. So a tradition that we have is when we go to Paris, the first night we have to go to this restaurant. Let me look up the name of it. I only found out the name of it last night. I forgot what it was called before, but it's called Les Sancerres. It's in the Latin Quarter. It's like my absolute favorite French restaurant. They have like a really nice 3-course dinner. They give escargot, and I had the salmon, was so good, and creme brulee. Oh my gosh, I've been craving like the escargot ever since like I came here last time 2 years ago. So it was nice to finally get to indulge in it again. And this morning we went to Mass at Notre Dame, so that was nice. And we had breakfast again at the Latin Quarter. And my sister just left, so that's just a recap of, in a nutshell, of what's been happening in the last few days in my life. This is my hotel room. It's really nice. I have a nice view also, balcony and everything. Well, I guess I'll sign off soon. I'm gonna try to get myself out of this hotel room and get my iPhone a SIM card so I can start calling people. My program doesn't start until tomorrow morning. I'm a little, nervous. I hope I make friends. We'll see about that, and I hope it's fun. I have all these nerves coming through me. But I'll post another video blog if my family requests another one, see how I'm doing. But for my family there, back at home, I'm alive, I'm okay. I just don't have a phone that's working yet. So contact me through Facebook, I'll respond, or whatever. But to my friends who requested a postcard, I've sent some to most of you from different countries, from Portugal, Spain, and Czech Republic. And there's just a few that I haven't sent some to yet, but I will get there as long as you send me your address. If you haven't sent me your address yet, don't assume that I have it. Send it to me in my message box, or if you want one and you haven't put your name down yet, just message it to me, and sometime in the next few weeks or so I'll send you something from my travels here. So I'm gonna sign off now, and to my family back home, nanay, namimiss na kita. Sana pinapanood niyo to. Sisimba ko siguro next week sa Notre Dame tapos I think yung mass nila doon papakita sa ano nga yung channel nyo na pinapanood sa Catholic Network, something like that. So sasabihin ko sa inyo para mapanood nyo ako. Okay, well, namimiss ko na kayong lahat at magpapakabait ako dito. Okay, love you all. Bye!